we kind of transition now, mentioned middle waves a few times. I'm imagining you're kind of the brains, or the heart and the soul behind this deal.
Well, it's a steering committee, and it certainly takes this entire committee to make it happen. But yeah, it's a team that brings very particular skills to the table, and ours are really in. I mentioned down the line in those block parties. We were doing, I think, big things, big events. 2,400 people down the line, and then I really kind of shied, and I wanted to say, okay, I don't really want to worry about providing an experience for 2,400 people. What's an experience for 35 people? And that's when we started really doing shows here at the B-side.
Yeah.
And so for the last 3 years, we've been doing these kind of hyper intimate shows that people come here, and it's all about that performance. Again, we're not an operating bar with glass chinking and the NBA game on, and it's you're here for the performance, and boy, there have been just some magical things that have happened in this space, and we will have touring bands come through here, and it's been really remarkable, and so does the Brass Rails. Those booking agents we work with to book that talent, as we've started working on Middle Waves, they're the same folks that represent the Wilcos of the world, and the Shins, and the Flaming Lips, and it's funny because we have credibility for taking care of a performer and providing a great experience due to what happens here, or what Corey does at the Brass Rail has given us credibility for this festival as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were doing bigger things, and then we're doing this really tiny thing here, and then now it's okay, let's try to do something bigger than anything any of us had ever done before, and that was Middle Waves.
And then did you kind of see it being as popular as it was for the first time last year?
We planned for it to be.
I mean, it was a big hit.
It was certainly gambling, and I think that we all felt that it was. If you had gone to a festival, and the folks involved in the steering committee are all kind of huge music fans, food, art, culture, festival fans, and had done that. But so if you had gone to big ones would be like Lollapalooza or Bonnaroo or Coachella, that kind of thing, or there are smaller festivals. And understand 3 stages, 30 performers, 2 people you might want to see are playing at the same time, and you have to make that difficult decision on who to see. If you had that experience, Middle Waves then made sense. We're going to do that kind of thing right in Headwaters Park. But if you hadn't, it was what is this, and why is it? Why are 2 bands playing at the same time?
Right.
And I think we all felt from the market, on the marketing committee, and from marketing it felt, we like to say we're marketing a unicorn. Nobody had ever seen it, and we're promising a certain kind of experience. And so the folks that attended the first year are really folks who were kind of rolling the dice and saying, yeah, I'm going to go see something I've never seen before, and I don't know if it even exists. Then it happened, and it was incredible. Right. And now also we have all this photographic evidence that it happened. Yeah. And so telling the story this year, it's a lot easier for us to say, this is what the unicorn looks like. Yeah. And it's magical. It's wonderful, and it's going to inspire you, and it's going to hopefully introduce you to new and different things that you haven't seen before in this community. And our whole mission, Fort Wayne does such a wonderful job with kind of genre-specific things. There's Country Fest down at the Parkview Field, 12,000 people, and it's amazing, right? It's enormously successful. It was in Headwaters Park and outgrew it. But it's just that kind of music, and we do a lot of that kind of thing where we just have these silos. And Middle Waves is very purposefully, you're going to have some indie rock, you're going to have some dance, you're going to have some hip hop, you're going to have some Americana. And it reflects probably more the way that people consume music these days, playlist culture. Yeah. It's okay to go from Radiohead to Kendrick Lamar to the Avett Brothers. That's okay. That's how we consume music.
That's what I do.
And so the festival seeks to kind of capture that, and also it's I think capturing kind of the arts and the food scene in Fort Wayne as well. And we're trying to really create experiences at all.
So you say it's kind of putting culture on display.
I'd say so. Yeah, and I mean our whole point, we had a role model in Des Moines, Iowa, who really was our guru, and have kind of last year opened up their festival to us to learn from. But they they very importantly, we went to their festival. It's called 8035, and from the stage, that executive director Amadeo Rossi said the point of this event is not this weekend. The point is that there are 51 other weekends where you can experience this kind of thing in our community.
Yeah.
Via the food scene, via the music scene, via the art scene, and I think that that's what we're trying to do. The same thing. It's like we're not trying to replace anything that exists right now. We're just putting Fort Wayne's best foot forward and showcasing all this amazing stuff.
That's cool. So what do you say? You got some time? Maybe we can go down to Headwaters. You can kind
Let's go have a game.
of show me what you got.
Yeah,
and kind of talk about what your vision is for the future there.
Sure, you bet.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
So we made it down to the park where Middle Wave is going to be at. Just kind of give us an idea of what your vision is for this area, and like really what you want to see happen musically down here for that festival.
Yeah. So we take over the entirety of Headwaters Park, both sides. We're on the west side now, and the east side.
Okay.
And what we've done, and we've got a great logistics and kind of planning team that has worked out all the space, is we've really flipped the use of the park. I think most of us are familiar with seeing music at Headwaters in the pavilion.
Yeah.
Our music actually happens out in the green spaces.
Oh.
So 3 stages named after the Rippers. St. Mary's main stage is on the east side, where in the largest kind of green space of the park. And that's the ticketed area. You need a ticket to get into the main stage. But then on the west side here, we've got 2 more stages, the Maumee stage and the St. Joe stage. And this is all free and open to the public.
Oh.
So folks can come down.
No ticket sales?
No ticket sales
Wow.
for this. There'll be bars and food out here. And that's local and national bands. So, we want this festival. It's very important to us and to our sponsors, really, to be accessible to all. You don't have to be able to afford the ticket.
Right.
That's where the headlining bands will be. But,
so, with bringing all these headlining bands and doing it such a well-done production, you kind of want to see Middle Waves grow to be this bigger thing over the couple years, kind of like you did at the Embassy, or what's the deal with that?
I think we've got room to grow here, and then as the riverfront continues to develop and grow as well, I think that we can continue to spread out. Love the format that we're doing right now. We do a Friday and Saturday, so the Friday is kind of a 6-hour thing, 5 to 11, Saturdays 11 to 11, but we just want to make sure that we're always adding to the experiences. So it is a music festival, but we want to provide an experience where before people even know who the performers are, they say, I got to be there because I know I'm going to be promised a great time.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so again, our steering committee is 11 members strong, and we're all volunteers, and everyone's just, putting blood and sweat into it.
So
no tears.
No tears. That's good. So let me ask you this. I mean, you mentioned the riverfront. What's your kind of vision, or where would you like to see Fort Wayne blossom, or how would you like to see it grow?
So much great stuff's happening. For me, like sometimes we'll be at something, or maybe hopefully something we help put together, where folks after it will say, man, I couldn't believe I was in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
And I think I want to get to the point where people don't say that anymore. They say, yeah, that's just another incredible thing about Fort Wayne.
Okay. So you kind of want to shape the way people see the city.
We'll have some confidence, a sense of adventure too, to try new things, but then confidence that we are cool enough, in a cool enough place to make it happen.
So let me ask you this then. Why Fort Wayne then? Why make Fort Wayne so cool? Why do you want to see it blossom?
Well, I kind of told you earlier, like I'm not interested in easy, and so I really felt like I could move someplace that things are already happening and take part in something others had built. I'd rather be part of the building.
Yeah.
And I think this is the place to do that.
You think that's the place for others to do it as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting up, young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, people doing grassroots things and being able to network with the right people to help make it happen. And then we do have more and more folks who I think are supporting things that are a little outside their comfort zone and try something new.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate it.
It was super
Real
good.
honor, man. Good to see you.
It's great to have you.
Thanks.
Awesome
Appreciate
stuff.
it.
Looking forward to Middle Waves.
Can't wait.
Cool. That's a cut. Good to go.
I don't care unless I got you, say baby,